Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. As you can see, you've got your live spread today. I'm trying to get everyone's done real quick. Obviously, we're only in early August and this runs from August through to December 2016. But they take time. This is the thing with the live spreads, they really do take quite a bit of time to, shuffle the cards. This is why I don't shuffle it on screen. And also I want you to see the layout of what a live spread actually looks like. Pardon me, I've just taken a sip of some hot chocolate. So, let me show you. I'm just looking at the camera and seeing how the layout looks. It looks okay. The only thing that I think might be missing a little bit is the anchor here. There might be something missing off there, but not to worry. I'm not going to shift anything else around on this reading. Your life spread consists of 5 areas of your life, okay? So we'll start from, you've got groups of 4 cards, okay? 5 areas. The top cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are what's called your key card. Now your key card is basically your general influences, your general energy. So these are things that you either might be feeling now. If you're not feeling these energies now, some of you guys may feel this in the future. And this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, okay? So these are your key cards. Energies you might be feeling now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you might be feeling in the future. Now, around these key cards, you've got the final 3 cards underneath that make up the group of 4. Now, your first card could represent something that's happened in the past. This could represent something that's happened in the present, and this could represent something that's going to happen in the future. We can never go backward on a life spread, we can only ever go forward, okay? So, general energy, influences now or in the future, past, present, future, or past, present, future, or present, future, or future. But you can never go back. Now we're going to do this in terms of, mainly in terms of what I see coming up for you guys in the future, okay? Some of you guys might have already experienced some of these energies already, this card here, but we can't have sort of past, present, past. It wouldn't work. Everything has to progress within the life spread. Also within the life spread, the areas that we're looking at are your personal life, personal situation, what's going on around you now. We're looking at your home life, family life, your career. And I'm sorry the cards are so close together. It's the only way that I can get them in, fitted in all on screen. Your career, this group of 4 here. Your love life, this group of 4. And the future, this group of 4. Okay? This card here is your advice card. So it's what the universe has to tell you. It's important information that you need to know. To the right, we have what's called the anchor, and this is made up all of the major arcana cards, so the trumps. Now, we know that trumps have a greater weight, there's a greater power when it comes to major arcanas, because they've got far more long-lasting, long-reaching power. I feel especially when it comes to cards like the Magician, or it comes to cards like Death, or it comes to cards like the Devil. These are very powerful energies that have the ability to last a lifetime even. Which is why they're your anchor cards, because what these relate to is each area. So we have here, for example, if you can see it, the Hermit. And I'm using the Oceanic Tarot, the trumps from the Oceanic Tarot today, okay, because I just really like the artwork. But the Hermit represents your personal situation. So this is how things should turn out in your personal situation. But also, your Hermit would be the foundation basis of your life right now. So before we start the reading, we always go to the first card, which is the foundation basis stroke anchor card for the personal situation. We're going to kind of just have a brief look at where some of you guys might be at the moment. We have Death, card number 2, which represents your career. So it's the overall outcome for your career or where things are heading. We have the Vortex, which is actually the Devil in the normal Rider-Waite, which is where everything's possibly heading for your love life. We have Healing, which is Temperance. It's called the Angel of the Ocean in the Oceanic Tarot, but it's actually the Temperance card, and it's healing, which is where everything is heading in your home life. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is where everything is heading in terms of your future. And we got then the final two cards. Now, your final two cards are card number 6 in the Anchor, and it's the Fool, which represents new beginnings. And when you look at card number 6, this card represents your wishes. So this is where you're perhaps looking for everything or hoping everything will go in terms of your life right now in these 5 areas: Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. And the 7th card, the Lovers, which is called Choices in the Oceanic Tarot. And the 7th card is the overall outcome. So it's where everything is potentially, it's how we tie the whole reading up. And it's really, in a way, it's another advice card to say, you know, if you take this particular route, then this might be the outcome for you. But really I see the overall outcome as being, in a way, a sneaky way to advise you again of where, you know, of what you need to do. Hope that makes sense. So we're going to start with the Hermit card as your foundation basis at the moment. Okay, hope you guys can see that. Let me just see on camera if you can see that. Let me bring that down. There we go. So the Hermit is the foundation basis of your life. Some of you guys might be feeling alone because the Hermit card is a card about feeling loneliness. But also in that loneliness, I always find with the Hermit card, it represents a time of peace and contemplation and really kind of taking a step back. You can be a hermit when you're studying for, you know, an exam. So some of you guys might be studying for exams at the moment. Because we are in that kind of period at this particular time. Where are we? August. Well, no, a lot of you will actually be on holiday, won't you? But you might still be swatting up for, you know, the next semester, which starts in September. So some of you guys might be in a very reflective mood about your life. The Hermit can be associated with, it's a number 9 card, remember, so it represents where you come to a point in your life where you need to reevaluate certain things that you've done, certain decisions that you've made, certain choices you've made, certain options you've gone for. And it represents a time of seeking real clarity. So it's seeking wisdom. Some of you guys might be feeling wise, like you've got something sewn up, like you've come to a point where you actually know the answer to a situation, which is what the Hermit can represent. Because the Hermit can also be seen as kind of a very sort of Buddha-esque character, someone who is very wise, somebody who has been through so much that they have the keys to the kingdom. They've got the keys to a lot of knowledge. Obviously it's not a world card, but this would represent a lot of the time a person as well. A hermit can be an older person, a person that you look after, for example, a grandparent, or, you know, an older uncle or an older aunt. It can just represent someone, you know, you get the Hermit and Death, or cards like Hermit and Death, Hermit and Emperor. It can mean the death of an older person within the family, that type of thing. So sometimes the Hermit obviously can represent an older person. It can also represent a teacher as well, somebody who can teach you something. A Hermit can represent a lawyer as well, somebody who works within the legal profession. This card is so vast in its meanings, but I feel really the Hermit in this situation being the foundation and basis for some of you Pisces people, Sun, Moon and Rising, that you are going through a stage of some heavy contemplation, and it might be a really difficult stage as well, because the Hermit, to be in a Hermit stage is not easy. It really isn't, because it still means that you seek answers a lot of the time. The questioning never really stops. Okay, so sometimes this Hermit card can mean that there are things that are not sewn up and things that have not been completed. Even though it says that something is coming to, the number 9s are meant to represent completion and where we're ready now to step into something new. Sometimes with the Hermit card, it simply means I'm still seeking the answers. It doesn't always mean that you've found them. It just means that you're still seeking them, or that you come to a point where you have to feel satisfied with what you know. Okay, because time has almost run out on whatever there is else to get, and you have to kind of accept a certain decision or a certain the answers that you've arrived at, and that's it really. So I feel the foundation of basis of some of you Pisces guys' life at the moment is seeking answers and is going through a time of real inner reflection, contemplation, and possibly even withdrawal. within your life where you're really having to take a good hard look, maybe at some of the choices, some of the situations that have happened for you. We're going to have a look at your personal situation, and we can see the key card is Five of Cups. So for some of you guys, this might be something that you're already enduring. And when you get a Five of Cups, it's a really interesting card, because the basis foundation, really, I feel, for the Five of Cups is where we do feel a sense of being withdrawn as well. You look at the guy on the card, and he is dressed in black, and his shoulders are hunched over, and he looks really, really lost. And that's because of friendships that have failed or they have ended. We've got the Three of Cups lying straight down, but he's got the Two of Cups behind him, but he doesn't see a way out of the situation as yet, which is why he's got his back turned to those two cups, because we've got two cups that are still standing up, which says that there are still connections that can be made. There is still a connection waiting for him. There is still possibilities and options there for him. It's just that he doesn't see it yet, because he's still caught up in the sadness of a situation that possibly didn't work out. He also, another explanation for this card can be seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty rather than half full. So sometimes we see the negative in a situation rather than seeing the positive. The positive is right behind him, but the negative he still focuses on. And it says that really, I feel for some of you guys in your personal situation, and it could be to do with love, because we have a king sitting right here. And, you know, I'm going to explain this in two ways. I feel for some of you guys, you will be feeling loss, and it might be around an individual. King of Pentacles can be a male or a female. It's a general reading, and even if it wasn't a general reading, it could still be. Kings in the tarot usually represent men, yes. But the fallacy is, or the misunderstanding is that depending on when you are born, you can be a king or a queen. Okay? So for a King of Pentacles, dependent on what time of the year you are born, King of Pentacles would usually be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So dependent on what time you are born, when you are born within that sphere, within those months that represent that those astrological signs, you can be male or female. So we're just going to say it's around a person, a king. You know, possibly with this person, you really put them on a pedestal. Okay, so King of Pentacles doesn't have to be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn person, Pisces in your life. It can just be someone who you saw as everything. Kings are usually seen as very valuable. They're very they've got the hand of God on them. They are in a very strong place of prominence. So when you get a King of Pentacles, especially because he's holding a pentacle, he's holding gold, he's holding something of worth, and he's completely covered in specks of gold. This is the person who has everything. And I do feel for some of you guys, you might be feeling real sadness over someone who you really did put a lot of onus on. You really did put a lot of value on this individual. And it hurts, I feel, for some of you guys, that this person has potentially gone, or it's the feeling of this person going. Now, I'm going to explain this in 2 to 3 ways very, very quickly, because I feel that as a result of feeling loss around this person, you're going to have to kind of come to a point where you weigh up the pros and cons. So in a way, with the Justice card, I feel that it's making a big decision around this individual, okay? And it's saying, you know, was this person really all that? Is this person really worth the loss that I feel? Okay, because when you get Justice is one of those cards where you get what you whatever it is that you put in is what you get out. It's the card that represents the law of the 11th law of the universe, law of compensation. So whatever it is that you reap, so as you reap. Okay, so what you sow is what you reap. So whatever it is you invest into something is what you get out of it. Now we can see that you're feeling loss here, or you will be for some of you guys, and it's around someone who is of very high importance to you. And Justice card says, well, this person may have been of very big importance to you, but with Justice, you need to weigh up the pros and cons of this individual. Because in the future, you will reach a point of enlightenment, because we have the High Priestess. And you know, the High Priestess is a card about being all-knowing in terms of internally what we know. Okay, what we acknowledge, what we know for ourselves to be true. So the High Priestess is based on your own truth a lot of the time. What is it that you feel inside? What is it that you know to be your own truth? I mean, your own real truth. I don't mean superficial truth. I mean deep down truth, because that's what the High Priestess does. This is why she doesn't speak. She just knows. And she doesn't feel the need to, orate anything. She just feels the need to know it and kind of sit with it and deal with it. So I feel that, yes, there is some loss here as the key card. General influence. Probably some of you guys recognise this already. May have been around someone who was very, very, very important to you. But you will need to weigh things up around this situation. And therefore, you will come to a conclusion where you will feel a sense of enlightenment around this situation. And therefore, the outcome is the Hermit. And the Hermit, for me, as the outcome card here, is it will be quiet contemplation on that relationship, on why it didn't work out, and coming to your answers and clarifying things for yourself. The other way that I could look at this reading is that, yes, we can never change this card here, but we can change the meaning slightly of somebody like the King of Pentacles. It doesn't always represent a person. It can represent an energy. So when you get a King of Pentacles energy, it's success. Success in business affairs. Success in your job, in your career. Successful out, because when you get a king, remember, kings are the top of the tree. They are the highest of the court cards. So a King of Pentacles would say, well, I've really, really worked hard to achieve something, and here I am. But for some reason, you're experiencing loss around it. So for some of you guys, it might be loss pertaining to what you do in terms of your career. So if you notice, this is emotional loss. When you get the Five of Cups, it's emotional loss. It's the loss of friendships. It's the loss of connections. Okay, so why is it that we have a loss of connection here? And as your general energy, and around it is a King of Pentacles. Could it be to do with the fact that you work so hard to achieve success? And maybe with the Justice card, it's saying, well, you're going to need to create some balance, like an even work-life balance between what it is that you've been doing here to what it is that you need to do here. And the High Priestess can say, well, in the future, you take time out just for yourself to enjoy the things that you like to do, to enjoy the things that interest you, to maybe read. If you like spiritual stuff, maybe you're going on a spiritual journey, to a spiritual retreat. And maybe that's why we've got the Hermit as the outcome, which shows you going on a spiritual retreat. Okay, and really finding yourself with this card, because the Hermit can also mean I'm going on a journey to try and find out who I am, to try and find out what it is that I truly am, what I was put on earth. It's a very spiritual card, remember, as well. So for some of you guys, you might have been investing yourself far too much in gaining financial success. And the Justice card says, well, you need to make a very big decision. You need to make a decision on whether you are going to, completely invest your time in doing stuff that will heighten your financial gains, but is it giving you emotional, spiritual and physical gain? Well, probably not. You're probably working far too hard. We don't need a Devil card here to say that you're working hard, because it's a King. And when you get a King of Pentacles, this is somebody who has achieved real success, but it seems to be that the general energy showing as the Five of Cups is saying, well, this is an emotional loss, so you need to weigh things up in terms of your life. Where are you putting too much of your energies into your work, and what is that at the detriment to? And the High Priestess can be saying that, again, there is enlightenment here, that one needs to change set up one's life, the way that one is doing things, and therefore the overall outcome is the Hermit, spiritual journey to find more than what it is that one has superficially. The other way that I could quickly explain this is that, yes, there is a sense of loss here. But the Five of Cups for me can also be contemplation on something that was quite disappointing in your life, and it's around an individual, King of Pentacles, someone who might have meant very much to you. The Justice card says that you're weighing things up, or it says that you might have just reached a final decision on this person. This is why you're feeling lost, that maybe this person isn't coming back. But the final outcome will be the High Priestess. And the High Priestess says, well, maybe there's more that needs to be revealed. Or maybe you're waiting with this High Priestess for this person to come back to you. Maybe you still haven't gotten over this individual here. Because the High Priestess can say, well, I'm going to silently wait. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to tap into my my intuition, my higher guidance system, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to try and find more clarity. I can't think that this would represent this person coming back, this High Priestess. Even though it says in an outcome there's a secret that needs to be revealed here. I don't feel that that would be the case. Because I know that the High Priestess can represent Scorpio or Pisces individual. Okay, so I do feel that this is you guys. And you are going through a very strong time of waiting, perhaps. And it's more kind of, I feel that it's more with this High Priestess that you are absorbing all the energies of hurt around this situation here. And you're trying to kind of quietly heal, because the High Priestess can also be a very healing card. And that's why in the overall outcome we have the Hermit, and it's taking time out just to contemplate the whole situation. Okay, it might be that things have been up in the air. It might be that you haven't seen this person in a long while. And you've concluded with the Justice card. You've made a decision on them. And the High Priestess, as an outcome card, as a future card, says, well, nothing is really concluded except within myself. And therefore, with the Hermit card, we go through a time of quiet contemplation on the situation. Okay, we figure things out for ourselves. So really, in a way, with this personal situation, nothing is really concluded, I feel, especially if it comes to love. Let's have a look at the other areas quickly, because I'm trying to keep this video, we're at 21 minutes so far. I've got loads of other ones to do, you see, so we try and keep it quite succinct if we can. Where shall we look? Well, we'll have a quick look at your home life, Pisces. Pisces, we can see that you're struggling here, and I feel that you're struggling with the many demands for some of you guys that might be made on you, because you've got Seven of Wands. And Seven of Wands means to struggle, it means to resist, it means to fight off. So usually when you get that guy holding the one wand up to the 6 wands, those 6 wands are sometimes hands, and they're saying, I want this, I want that, I want the other. And you're like, you know what, I've only got one bloody pair of hands, and in my pair of hands I'm holding something, I'm doing something, so later, I'm busy. And I feel that, you know, what this is really saying around this is you're going to be taking a new... Now, this could be the Page of Wands. Page of Swords, sorry. Page of Swords could be a difficult child maybe you're dealing with. Okay, maybe you need to appease this child. 9 of Cups, parties, balloons, good times, just to appease this individual. And maybe this leads to peace and happiness and abundance and, you know, togetherness with the 10 of Cups, that type of thing. The other way that we could just read this, it doesn't have to be around a difficult child asking for your attention. Maybe for some of you guys, you do try and appease, or, you know, it is the summer holidays and we do have children. I don't have children, but a lot of people have children and they have to work at the same time. So they've got a lot going on for them with that card there. Okay, and there can be, you know, a sense of, I need to find a way to appease this child. The Page of Swords can often be renowned for being a difficult kid at the best of times. Lots and lots of energy, always on the go, always got new ideas, always, you know, asking questions. And sometimes it's like, I just don't have the time, I feel, for a lot of parents. So with the 9 of Cups energy, you might find a way to kind of appease that child, whether it's buying it something, whether it's, you know, taking it out for days out, giving it a good time. And it leads to just togetherness and feeling happy with the 10 of Cups in the outcome. The other way that I want to look at it is that for some of you guys, yes, you are struggling with all the demands you have in terms of home life and work, and maybe this relates to your personal situation as well, especially when it comes to work. And it could be with the Page of Swords, because when you get the Page of Swords, it can often mean I'm looking to initiate something new, because the pages are young ideas. Pages are children, yes. As I've referenced before, there could be a child involved in this, or children having to give so much to them and find ways to appease them. But at the same time, I do feel that, you know, if it's not so much to do with the kids and it's to do with yourself, and there's a real sense of exhaustion around that 7 of Wands, Pisces. And I feel that with the Page of Swords is the new ideas. What am I going to do to stop this exhaustion? I need to do something to make, for me, again, I need to create a balance. And the Page of Swords could be the new idea. Around this new idea, we have the 9 of Cups. Well, the 9 of Cups is a card about being self-satisfied, feeling smug, feeling a sense of achievement. So for some of you guys, you might find a way to overcome this. Okay, which leads to the Ten of Cups. So maybe for some of you guys, you've been working so hard and you haven't been able to give your attention to everything and everyone. But with the Page of Swords energy, it says, bing, I've come up with a new idea. The Nine of Cups shows a sense of smugness around the new idea. So it could be a way to bring friends and family and that type of thing together. And with the Ten of Cups, we see a really happy scene. So it's a sense of feeling a real sense of achievement and happiness and abundance. But it's not on one's own, it's with others. It's bringing everybody together. Okay? So I feel that, you know, you guys, if you're overworking yourselves at the moment, it won't last long. I feel that you'll find a way to overcome that. And actually to bring back, because we've got family cards here. We've got the Ten of Cups, which is an outcome card. And to me, when I get a Ten of Cups, it says it's a really happy ending. There's been a really happy resolution to something here. Okay, and the fact that we have the Nine of Cups right before that leads right up to that Ten of Cups. So it's almost like having friends around. If you look at this person here, they're really happy because they're just so happy in their lives at the particular time. They've got lots of friends, lots of family, there's lots of drinks, lots of partying. The Nine of Cups is your classic card of family get-togethers, of friend get-togethers, of going out and having a drink and having a really, really good time, which leads to, you know, forming good bonds, people coming together, Ten of Cups. So I feel that you send out invitations to people. The Page of Swords can also mean sending messages. Okay, so I feel that you had new ideas. You're sending messages. This is around probably parties, gatherings, get-togethers, to which people come together and they have a really good time. It's a really good social environment in the outcome card. And the overall outcome for this is healing. And it's the Angel of the Ocean, if you can see that card there. And I feel that what this card is really saying, Pisces, is that this is exactly what you need. Okay, hope you can see that. I almost feel that this is saying this is something that you need, because we can see that your general energy is either now or coming in that you're working too hard. Everybody's vying for attention and you don't know how to give it because you're trying to please everyone and everything with your work, with your home life. But we do see new ideas coming in that you're needing to strike on, probably sending messages, invitations. We do see feeling a sense of achievement here. There's a party environment going on here, in which probably you're the centre of attention as well. So instead of being the centre of attention in a bad way, you're the centre of attention in a really good way, which leads to happiness, coming together, renewed friendships, kindness, laughter, happiness with that card. And we can see that there are people together. So it's a very social event that you guys are in. And it's exactly what you need. The overall outcome is the Angel of the Ocean, healing, which is temperance in the Rider-Waite. And temperance means I've finally achieved some balance. So finally you're achieving a balance. I feel that if you're going through exhaustion, especially in your family life at the moment, because you've just got so many commitments to so many different things, I feel that what it's saying is that this won't last long, and you're going to have a day or a few days or whatever it is to pamper yourself, to be around friends, to be around family, and just really enjoy yourself. The next area we're going to have a look at is career, and we can see for you guys the general energy or the key card is the Six of Cups. Now when you get the Six of Cups in a career reading, it often refers to perhaps an opportunity coming back from the past, a previous workplace, or refer to just a new opportunity coming out of the blue, okay? Because you can see the child offering the smaller child flowers. All right, now for some of you guys, for me, when I look at this Six of Cups, for me, I feel that this can represent an apprenticeship, because there's an older person or an older child offering a bucket of flowers to a younger child, but the younger child has its mittens on, as if it's a little bit cautious. Okay, so I feel that a new opportunity will come in for you, but there will be an air of cautiousness about it. Now, usually you would get a Four of Cups for an offer coming in and feeling cautious around it. But I'm just looking at the pictures on the card, and to me, that child who holds mittens, one child doesn't have mittens on its hands and the other one does. Surely if it's a really cold day, both of them would be wearing mittens, and it doesn't look really, really cold. So, to me, I feel that one child or the younger child is a little bit cautious. of taking what the older child has to offer. So I do see a new opportunity coming in. It might be something you've not done before. It might be something where you're taking less money, potentially, because we have a meeting happening here with the Ten of Pentacles. And I don't feel around this is saying... I feel there are two ways about this reading, really. So we've ascertained the energies. There's an opportunity coming in. Some of you guys might be feeling cautious. Some of you might not. So for some of you guys, the Ten of Pentacles can be that it's a massive meeting in a massive place that earns loads of money. So maybe a corporate environment. But there's a meeting nevertheless. It could be an interview, this card. It's usually when you get the Ten of Pentacles in relation to work. It doesn't always mean that you're earning loads and loads of money. It just means that the environment is very affluent. And there's lots of people that work there from all shapes, sizes, races, ages, that type of thing. With the Queen of Swords energy, it will say that you'll need to weigh up the situation very, very well. Okay, so you'll need to look at the situation in a very logical sense, because we've got a Queen of Swords energy here. And when you get queens, they're all about being very knowledgeable. Okay, so using your intuition because queens are based in water and kings are based in fire. So fire energy, we know, is the energy that makes us want to move forward fearlessly and take action, whereas water is more contemplative, I find. So it's really deriving your knowledge from what you feel deep down inside is the right thing to do. And this is what the Queen of Swords does. She's very much a contemplative character, but she doesn't contemplate for too long. She just likes to kind of get to the heart of the matter, look at the truth of what it is, and that's that. So I feel that, yes, around this opportunity, there is an interview for some of you guys happening. I feel that you might be successful in this interview, yes, because the Ten of Pentacles often represents luck. So I feel that there'll be luck in an interview, all right? There'll be discussions about money as well. You'll need to contemplate this with the Queen of Swords and look at the truth of the matter. Is it something that's worth doing? And therefore, for some of you guys, the outcome could be that you're trying to make things work financially. So you're weighing up the pros and cons of this new job financially with that Two of Pentacles. Because Two of Pentacles can sometimes mean I'm weighing things up financially. Okay, so I'm kind of 50-50, which is why one pentacle is up and one pentacle is down. The other thing to say, it could be that, yes, the opportunity comes in. It's a very attractive opportunity with that Ten of Pentacles. With the Queen of Swords, you make a decision to go for it, which in the outcome sees, with the Two of Pentacles, you're happily managing finances. So for some of you guys, you might have gone through a time of difficulty in terms of finances, and now a new job comes in and it does offer far, far better potential than what you had before. And that's why we have in your overall outcome death for... you can see that card. We've got death for the overall outcome in your career reading. So we know that there is a major transformation. I do feel some of you guys are leaving a job and going to a new one. Okay. Yeah, I do feel that some of you guys are actually leaving, but I feel that it takes a little bit of contemplation to do it. Is it worth doing it? And if I have to take a pay cut, is it worth going for that? But we do see the overall outcome is death. And the death means transformation. That could simply mean that you leave a job. It could simply mean that you leave one job that was paying well, maybe for something that's a little bit less. Okay? But it's all to do with what serves you best at the end of the day, Pisces. Let's have a quick look at your love life. Your love life is showing Temperance being the general energy, either around you now or it's coming in. And when you get Temperance, it can mean reunions in terms of love. So for some of you guys, it might be that there is a reunion on the cards. All right, because Temperance is usually the card where two people come back together, especially when you get it with something like the Six of Cups or the Two of Cups. It can mean that two people have come back together. So for some of you guys, yes. But I don't feel that that's the case. I feel that the energy will be that you're wanting a reunion, perhaps with someone. And it could be in relation to this personal situation here with the Five of Cups, Justice and the High Priestess. I feel you guys will be wanting a reunion with the Temperance card, because we see you as the Queen of Cups, as the energy around this Temperance card. And when you get the Queen of Cups, she's very knowledgeable about how she feels. Okay, she's very, very intelligent about how she feels. But she's also one of those cards that says, I'm trying to go within and find a solution to how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling like this. So I feel that whenever I see the Queen of Cups, there is a sense of sadness about her. Out of all of the queens, she's the one that I feel most sadness for. Because yes, she's a healer and she's a tarot reader and she's a psychic and, you know, she's a doctor and she's all of those wonderful things. But because you're those things, it doesn't mean that you are immune to feeling sadness and loss. And I often get with the Queen of Cups, because you're Pisces, she can represent Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy people. And, you know, this is you guys as well, Temperance, because Temperance is water energy as well. If you look at this card with the cups and the water, to me it represents a lot of water. So these are the emotions that you're probably feeling. And also, for some of you guys, you might be trying to heal over a certain situation in terms of your love life. But I do get the feeling that you'll be looking for a reunion with a particular person if you have broken up with someone. If you're married, it might be that you're trying to make things work in terms of a relationship as well. But the Queen of Cups energy to me, and you know, we could go through all of the books we liked and said, well, what does a Queen of Cups mean in terms of love? Well, yes, understanding, shared connection, deep emotional, sexual feelings. But, you know, you could look at all of those meanings and that's fine. But the best readers are the readers that really let the cards speak to them. We don't go by we know what the meanings are in general, but it would be wrong just to do that, I feel. And I really feel that you've got to talk to, you've got to let the pictures talk to you and you've got to let your intuition talk to you as well. So I feel the Queen of Cups energy is saying, you know, there is a time of contemplation that you guys, again, are going through. And also, you know, I can reference these two cards to trying to heal. All right? And I feel that there's a lot of hard work that's being done internally and emotionally. But I do feel there is a sense of waiting here, that you guys are waiting for something to happen in terms of love, especially if you're single. I feel that you're waiting for a reunion here, Pisces, with someone. And I feel that this is really affecting you with the Queen of Cups energy, because you're trying to kind of be strong around it. Okay, but as a result of this, going inward, trying to find solutions, you'll find with the Hanged Man that nothing is really moving. Okay, the Hanged Man means to wait. Still a time of waiting. There's a relationship that's stuck in neutral. Nothing's really happening with it. All right, nothing. And for some of you guys with the Temperance, you're going to be trying to heal around this, trying to achieve some form of balance within yourself. Because the reason that we wait for people to come back to us is because we don't feel good enough within ourselves a lot of the time, or we feel, you know, we're not feeling our own power. We've given our power away to somebody else. So I feel that there's a time of waiting, definitely, with this Queen of Cups and the Hanged Man. And I do feel that it leads to frustration with that Five of Wands energy. Okay, in the outcome. So I feel, you know, I know it's not looking great for some of you guys in the love area. And obviously, if this doesn't refer to you, it doesn't refer to you. So don't take it seriously. But, you know, in the love section, for some of you guys, yes, you are either trying to heal, but you might be trying to heal and also be hoping for a reunion at the same time. And with the Queen of Cups energy, to me, there's a real sadness about this card that says, you know, I'm still trying to kind of, I'm still trying to find that particular person. I'm still trying to, you know, you might even be dreaming about this person here, because the Queen of Cups is also very much to do with dreams, the dreams that we have at night. You may even feel that you've got some form of psychic connection with this individual, because Queen of Cups, remember, is a psychic, and she often taps into her intuition via her magic ball, if that makes any sense. She's a tarot reader and all that type of thing. So for some of you guys, if you do tarot, or, you know, if you've been to tarot readers, it could mean that you approach tarot readers for information. But really, it's trying to find information with the Queen of Cups on a very psychic level. So it might be that you feel a psychic connection, if anything, with this individual. But the Hanged Man says, well, nothing is happening here. There is nothing happening here. And also it might be that your intuition is leading you to realise that things are up in the air with this relationship, which is potentially with the Temperance card why you're still waiting. However, it leads to frustration, because nothing really is happening here for some of you guys in terms of a love relationship. And if you are in a relationship with someone, you might be trying to make it work here. But your intuition as the Queen of Cups might say, well, our hands are tied. Therefore, the outcome is you don't see eye to eye with that Five of Wands energy. And the card that shows up in the overall outcome for your relationship section, Pisces, is the Devil, which is called the Vortex. God, I hope you guys can see that. Okay. So we have the Devil card, temptation. And, you know, it's interesting because I'm not going to read that card in the way the booklet explains it. I'm just going to read the Devil as the Devil. And I will say, you know, you've got to be really careful around that energy in terms of love. Because I can see how, you know, if we were looking at the personal situation of Pisces and saying, you know, look, you're feeling loss over a particular person who you really valued, King of Pentacles, and you've reached a decision that you will sit and wait with the High Priestess. So the outcome is the Hermit. You're still seeking clarity on the relationship. You might still be expecting this person to come back to you. And it wouldn't be far off what we're seeing in the love section here. Okay? What we're seeing in the love section here is potentially somebody who's still waiting. They feel that they've got a psychic connection, but it's leading to them still hanging on, which then leads to frustration with the Five of Wands. And the outcome is the Devil. And the Devil can mean I'm still heavily attracted to this individual and I don't know how to let them go. But it's an attraction on a very superficial level a lot of the time with the Devil card. And it also means somebody's got a really big hold over you. So who knows, this King of Pentacles could have actually been a Capricorn male or female, potentially. Because Devil usually represents Capricorn and King of Pentacles can be a Capricorn individual as well. So it could be a Capricorn energy that has a hold over you. I just sense for some of you guys there might be somebody who's got a real hold over you that you cannot let go of. So the outcome, and I hate to see the Devil as an outcome, especially when it comes to love. Now, if it had come to, if we'd have had a really good reading here, I feel, for love, and we had the Devil as an outcome, I wouldn't have so much of a problem with it. Because the Devil can also mean a really fun sexual relationship. It doesn't have to be a bad card necessarily in terms of love. It can just mean that you have really good sex with someone, and if it's based on that, Pisces, it's based on that, and that's fine. Everybody, you know, has their relationships the way that they want to have them. Okay, but we've got cards that don't suggest this here. We've got cards that suggest holding on, frustration, waiting, trying to deal with your issues, trying to deal with your emotions in the best way that you can. And for me, if you are waiting here in your personal situation, which is linking to the love situation here, then to me that Hermit says, I'm still trying to find clarity on this relationship and I can't let go of it with the Devil card, if that makes sense to you. So I do get a sense of that. And for some of you guys who are already in relationship, you might be trying to make it work, but your instinct and your intuition with that Queen of Cups says, you know what, we're on a hiding to nothing with the Hanged Man. Because the future is, we'll just keep on fighting. And the outcome is, you are destined with that, with the Vortex card, the Devil, to kind of just keep repeating the same old patterns. Can even be abusive relationships with that card. Especially with this Temperance card, it could be something to do with drink and fighting over drink. Maybe there's a, you know, heavily different opinion in terms of how much one is drinking or how much one is doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Okay, so I know it's not very positive in the love region, but, you know, it's worth taking note of if any of this resonates with you with love, Pisces, that, you know, we can wait and wait and wait for people to change or for people to come back. But if they're gone, they're bloody well gone. And the best thing to do, if you can, the problem with the Devil card as an outcome in terms of love for me is sometimes it's something that you can't do anything about. It's one of those karmic, nasty karmic relationships that you cannot just let go of because they are stuck. And they're stuck, and it's a nasty energy. So for some of you guys, it might be you just feel that you can't do anything about it. You're just so much into this individual, and it's hard to let go of. But I feel that some of you guys do want to let go, but it's a difficulty. Your final area is showing as the future area. I hope you guys can see that. Well, we've got the general energy in the future of you guys moving. All right, and I feel that this is a physical move for some of you guys, but I also feel that it's a mental move. All right, when you get the Six of Swords, this card says, I want to find clarity in my life. I want to move away from the very things that have been holding me back, that have been making me feel the way that I've been feeling. So I do sense that for some of you guys, yes, there will be a physical move, and I don't feel that it will come lightly. But around this physical move, mental move, with the Six of Swords, we have the Hermit. And this is something that says, you know, you're thinking about it. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find an answer. Okay, which is why you want to move here. I've just got a sense with you guys that there is a desperation to move away from certain areas of your life that are really kind of having a really bad effect on you, especially concerning love potentially. But there is the desperation to move, I feel, here in the future. It can be moving away completely to another place. It can just be a mental move somewhere. It could be a work move, as we were seeing with the work area, because we saw death coming up in your overall outcome for your career. Okay. So we can see that there's a lot of contemplation here. You will find a solution of how you're going to make this happen, because we've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is often related to moving anyway. Okay, so you get the Seven of Swords, you know that there is a move happening here. And as an outcome, it will see you distanced from what you have been involved in before. So when you get the Five of Pentacles, it doesn't always mean there's financial loss. Absolutely not, no way. Five of Pentacles can mean I'm shutting things out. Okay, I'm shutting out what I've known. I'm shutting out the very thing that I felt kept me safe and kept me warm. And also, if it's, you know, I'm noticing that this is Five of Pentacles. So sometimes when it's Five of Pentacles, it can mean that you're shutting out an earth sign individual. And we have seen potentially an earth sign individual dotted around here. That King of Pentacles there, and also the Devil card, which can both be Capricorns. So it could be some of you guys are shutting a Capricorn individual out, or at very best just an earth sign individual. But I do see that there is a lot of kind of thinking going on here, because we've got the Six of Swords. Remember, swords are related to thoughts and ideas. Okay, so you're wanting to move on here, but it's the ideas that are in the way. And I feel that it's the very thing that is still there with you that you will be trying to get rid of, either by moving somewhere completely different, or by trying to finally shift the energy of something that you don't no longer want around you, Pisces. To do that, you have the Hermit, and the Hermit is finding the light, it's finding the guidance, it's finding the right answers. You find those answers because you've got the Seven of Swords and you're feeling really smug, and that allows you then to shut out anything that you feel that you don't want. Now, it might be a scary time, because these two people are shutting out what has kept them safe, or what they feel has kept them safe in a very long time. But it also means that you have a chance for change. And we know that fives often relate to changes that are occurring in our lives after a difficult period. So it's really good, because your outcome card for this is the Wheel of Fortune, which is saying you are entering into a time of newness. There is a fresh start upon you in the future, Pisces. Okay, you're going to have to take a risk, though, to do it. And it might be something that at first you're like, shit, I feel really kind of separated. And we can see it with the Five of Pentacles. It might be a time where you do feel, I'm out here on my own, or I feel like a fish out of water, or I feel really uncomfortable with this, or I feel away from my comfort zone. But I do feel that you have to move away from a comfort zone here with this reading, Pisces. Okay, which is why your wishes are the Fool. New beginnings. That's what you're wishing for in the majority of areas of your life in this life spread, which is interesting, because when you get the Fool card, it represents new beginnings. It represents taking a risk. And it's funny, because as I just mentioned, you feel like a fish out of water, and I didn't notice on the card, well, he's out of the water and he's like a fish, he's like a mermaid, right? So he's a fish out of water. Can you see that? So this person is literally diving in at the deep end. And I feel some of you guys are going to be diving in at the deep end, and your wish is to dive in at the deep end, because I feel that you're so tired. I just get a sense with this reading of really exhaustion for some of you guys. I don't know why I feel that. Sometimes as a tarot reader, you just pick up on an energy where you just feel that somebody's feeling really knackered and exhausted by everything. And we can see it even in the outcome cards, you know. There's death happening here, but it doesn't feel like it's like, woohoo! It just feels like it's, I can't explain it. I just feel exhausted by this reading for some reason. I just feel exhausted by the energies. It's almost like something's pulling on my neck as I'm doing the reading. I know it sounds really odd, but I do feel something. It's like my neck feels knackered. I just feel really tired doing the reading. I get a sense of exhaustion with you guys. I really do, and I feel that your wish would be definitely the Fool. You're looking to step into a new reality now, and it's almost like when you get the Fool, it's about stepping into something but feeling fresh, because the Fool is fresh. He's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type of thing. You know, he's stepping into a new world, a new place, something he's never known before. And I get a sense that this is what you're looking for. You're just looking to step into something really, really new, because you're probably just so tired of what you've had before. Your overall outcome is showing us the Lovers. So the overall outcome is choices that you make. And I almost felt when this card came up, because it didn't show me the Emperor like order being built, and it didn't show me the Empress like abundance and all of that type of thing. For me, the overall outcome, yes, it could be a new love, it could be a new relationship that comes for you, but also because the Lovers can, in an overall outcome, represent that there is a very strong new relationship coming in. But because the Lovers represents choices, it almost says that you, in the overall outcome, you have a choice to make in your life. You can stay with the way that things are, or you can take a risk and make those choices to make your life better. Because I am sensing here just some tiredness going on with you people, with Pisces, Sun, and Rising sign. And the Lovers really says that, you know, there will be balance and harmony achieved as long as you make the right choices for you. So when you're making choices about your life in the next 5 months, just make sure that you're doing it because it's for you and not because you have expectations for anything else. I.e., if I make this choice, then maybe the lover will come back. Or i.e., if I make this choice, then maybe I'll get more money for this job. But make sure that things are just done right for you, and you're doing things so that you can create that balance and harmony in your life that you do deserve. And finally, your advice card is the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is basically saying to you, you know, you need to open your eyes to new ways of being, to new doors opening up to you, because we have a card here that shows something being offered. Okay, so when the cup is being offered, it's saying, I'm offering you something new, something that will really benefit you emotionally in the long run. It's saying that there is the potential for new love that could be opening up for you if you were to open these doors. It's saying that you, what you want in the long run, you can have. Now, it might not be in the way that you envision having it. It might be in a completely different way, but you're going to love it. You will love it. So the lover may not come back, but then you'll probably get a better lover, okay? You might be weighing up whether you stay in the job that pays you big bucks, but you don't like it, or whether you go to a job that's not going to pay you so much, but you're going to love it. You know, what's your call? How do you feel about that? Where does your true allegiance lie? Is it to the money, or is it to the happiness of life? So the Ace of Cups says that there is the potential for growth, emotional and spiritual growth within your life more than anything. It's not financial growth as such, it's emotional and spiritual growth. Okay, so there's a potential for you really to grow as a person. There's also the potential for you to find self-love within yourself. But in order to love yourself, you need to be able to try and let go of the things that are controlling you, that stop you from loving yourself or stop you from finding the truth in who you truly are. And I feel that this reading, Pisces, is all about the truth of who you are as an individual and tapping into that. That's why we have the Lovers as your overall outcome. The choices that you make will lead you to a better way of being, even if you can't see it now. Everybody's got a choice that they can make in life. What's your choice? Do you choose to stay waiting for someone potentially to come back? Or do you choose to say, you know what, actually, I might still feel really drawn to this person, i.e. the Devil card. I might still want to imagine that they're going to come back to me, i.e. the Hermit in the outcome. So I might still be on this journey of trying to clarify why this ended, why he didn't contact, why she didn't contact, why things have been up in the air. But in the long run, really what this is saying is that if you, with the advice card being the Ace of Cups, if you want, and if your wishes are the Fool, the new beginnings, if you really want a change in your life, then you have a choice with that Lover's card to create that. And as difficult as it might be to relinquish past temptations, past love, people that have not come back, it would be best for you to try and just move on if you can. For some of you guys in the personal area, it might be with the High Priestess. Suddenly, you know, you've given up on someone. That Justice after the King of Pentacles. Justice means completion for me. I've weighed up the pros and cons, and, you know, I've decided I feel balanced about this and I feel okay. And it could be in the future that the High Priestess says, woohoo, there's something that's been revealed to you. And with the Vortex being the temptation, sorry, that's not the right card, is it? And with the Hermit being the contemplation card, it could mean, well, somebody might come back and say, oh, I love you. And you're like, oh, man, I need to contemplate this. But I don't feel that that's the way it's going to work. That's another way we could look at it, but I don't feel that that's the way it's going to work. I feel the whole reading is saying that you know, I just feel the weight of this reading. It feels really heavy to do. It feels like lead. And I feel that you need to lighten the load. And we've got some very light cards, especially your advice card, Ace of Cups, and that Wishes card, New Beginnings, and the fact that you do have choices here with the Lovers. That's your reading, Pisces. I would like to say, yep, 56 minutes in. They don't get any shorter as much as I try and shorten them down. They are long readings, I'm afraid. I'd like to say thanks ever so much, my darlings, for joining me on Carol's Universe for your live spread. Next up is going to be your September 2016 reading, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And I will speak to you guys soon. Take care.